Okay, so for my personal experience speech, I'm going to be talking about a run-in that I had with the cops. Obviously, I was a senior last year, and seniors and high school students don't always think before they do things. So, me and quite a few of my friends had a party at a place where we hang out a lot. And the day before the party, there was talk, like there was a bunch of rumors going around about how the cops had been notified and about how they planned to go out to this place where we were having this party at. And none of us really thought that they were actually going to show up or, bust this party. So we all went out there and were just hanging out and having a good time, whatever. We were just catching up with some old friends because some of our friends had come back from a different state. So we were just hanging out, having a good time. And then we had thought that we had seen like lights sitting down the road from where we were having this get together, but we weren't quite sure, so we didn't really think anything of it. We just carried on. And then because the place where we were having this party is kind of like, it's out in the middle of nowhere. If you hadn't been down there before, you would not know how to get there, that there was even anything there. So, about a half hour after we thought that we had saw something, we see lights coming down the road. Not like his cop lights. It was just his big, like strobe light thing, the super bright one. And he was like scanning down the road. And mind you, there was cars like lined up down this road. So obviously if you're driving down this road and you see a huge line of cars going down this road, you're gonna obviously know that something's going on. So they came down there and obviously everybody saw them coming. So 95% of the people that were at this party scattered. They ran. When the cop finally got down there to talk to us, there was 8 of us that didn't run. So, and obviously he knew that there were more people there because like I said, there was a line of cars. 8 people to all of the cars that were there obviously doesn't really add up. But he didn't care to go looking for those people. It wasn't that big of a deal. But the 8 of us that stayed there, he got like our names, our parents' names, our addresses, and all of us were over the age of 18. So they couldn't call our parents and tell our parents anything because we were adults, technically. So at that point, we were waiting for another cop to get there. There was already one down there, and he'd called for another one. Just having a conversation with this cop like nothing was happening. And then, and we talked to him for probably a good hour. So all those people that ran were in hiding for probably a good hour and 45 minutes before all of this like settled down and they came back out. But so we were all just talking to this cop, and then he asks if he can breathalyze us. Obviously we all said yes because we weren't gonna lie to him and anything like that. So he goes around with his like breathalyzer, and all of us take the test. I was the only one that blew over what should have been for minors. So he then pulled me over to the side and asked me some more questions, whatever. And so then at that point, the other cop had gotten there, so I talked to both of them. And they told me that I was gonna get a MIP, which is minor in possession. So I did end up getting a ticket in the mail because obviously I had blown over the limit. So I ended up getting a possession charge in the mail, and that was really all that happened. But it was extremely scary. Like, obviously I should have used my brain and not and have made better choices. Like, I've learned from that now. But I guess you have to live and learn when you're young. So, yeah, that was my personal experience. Probably one of the scariest things that is the only time I've ever been in trouble with the cops, mind you. I've never had any prior run-ins with them before or even after that happened. So to this day, that is still the only encounter that I've ever had with the police, and it was super scary. So my advice would be to either not to go somewhere if you know that there might be cops watching it, or just be smart in general. Thank you.